everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Emma and Georgia, and today we are watching How to Get Away with Murder, Season 5, Episode 7. If you want to watch our uncut season reactions, link to the Patreon is down below.
Last episode, Annalise had been given an offer by the governor. I think she offered to run her program for her and offered to give a pardon to Nate Leahy in order for Annalise to leave Kaplan Gold and to move her practice over to her or something.
Yeah.
And Annalise was completely debating the entire episode about what was the right thing to do. The guy at Kaplan and Gold, I genuinely can't even think of his name right now. He opened up to her about what happened with his sexual harassment case. He fell in love with someone who apparently wasn't in love with him, and now it's being called sexual harassment. So I guess perhaps he wasn't necessarily in the wrong. It wasn't quite clarified. Like, he might have been in love with someone, but he still could have made an inappropriate move, you know?
I know, it was very, like, brief, like, he didn't go into it at all. Seems like it's a very sore subject for him.
Yeah.
Obviously. But, yeah, regardless, I don't know what he was trying to do by saying that, trying to make her stay or whatever. But
I guess he was trying to be honest and show that they're honest people and not to fall for the governor's schemes.
I suppose, yeah.
Annalise ended up choosing the governor's offer because of Nate's father. I think he was the main reason. So he got the pardon. He was literally writing a letter to the brother of the person that he murdered.
I know what's coming next, and it's still making me angry.
He was ready to atone. He grinned as he was leaving his cell, and then he got murdered right before he was about to get in the van.
Anger I felt in that episode is coming right back to me. Because I know now in this episode we're going to have to deal with the aftermath, and Nate is going to be crushed.
So crushed.
This whole season has been about getting him out, you know, giving his dad a fair trial, and he literally had a minute of freedom, if that. And
I know, and it's heartbreaking, and I kind of don't want to watch it yet, but we have to.
I don't. Honestly, I don't, because I don't want to see Nate's face when he hears that his dad is dead, and oh my god, Annalise literally came to Nate's house that evening to say, I've got the pardon, it's all gonna be good, big hugs. And now this is gonna, the creators are so cruel.
You've got a bit more unraveled to Bonnie's baby story, I think, if we are to trust whatever information we found out. Bonnie's sister said that she buried the baby. Now, that could be figuratively, that could be literally. Bonnie didn't look very happy when she was in the van, or when she was in Frank's car going home. She wanted to call social services on her sister, but Frank stopped her from doing so. So I'm assuming she gave her more information about what she did, and hopefully we'll see that this episode in a flashback or something. But it doesn't sound very good.
I just hope for that poor child that it's okay. But yeah, it's not looking good.
And on lighter news, Connor is planning to give Oliver his dream wedding after having some conversations with Oliver's mum. And there were some really nice scenes between Oliver and his mum last episode too. I don't know if Oliver will actually be happy about what Connor's doing, because he'll be ringing up his dad, who doesn't like Oliver and didn't really... Would his dad actually pay for it? Because his dad doesn't like Oliver.
I know. Remember when they were having a walk and he basically said Oliver is not a good guy, do not date him or anything?
I think, he said he's not right for you. Yeah. I think he didn't have faith in his own son to be faithful.
I don't really know what to make of him, to be honest. He's very hot and cold.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be really cool for him to recreate Oliver's dream wedding. That
album
that
would be
his
so
mom
cute.
kept is so sweet. But the thing is, we see the wedding in the flash forward, and someone dies. So is it really a dream wedding?
No, it might be Oliver that dies too. So
I know, that's the thing. Can you imagine?
Oh, she's late.
Good morning.
She had a binge fest last night.
I know. I was literally look at the crumbs.
Over the past month, my office has been conducting an investigation into the death of Nathaniel Leahy Sr.
Oh god, time jump.
Struggle ensued, during which Mr. Leahy took a pencil he was holding and stabbed Officer Gladden in her right leg. Mr. Leahy then reached for her gun. Mr. Leahy died instantly on contact.
So the officer killed him.
There were no other witnesses to verify
don't
the
think he would have
officer's
stabbed
account,
someone without
and the
being
surveillance
provoked.
cameras outside the prison
Yeah,
malfunctioned.
that's not. I think he was innocent in this. I don't think that happened.
It is my office's conclusion that the manner of Mr. Leahy's death was not due to criminal negligence, but was rather a justifiable homicide. This investigation is hereby officially closed.
I don't believe this. Right, Frank, you need to.
That was
Wait,
Laurel.
Laurel! Laurel's watching the live feed.
Are you sure you can't zoom in closer? Won't we just wait for him to do something terrible, like go to the police?
He knows nothing, so you can stop freaking out and go to class.
He seems like he knows an awful lot to me.
I need you to push an inquest into Nathaniel Leahy's death.
My office is still reviewing the evidence.
Covering it up more like.
They don't care if he's innocent or not. They're looking for a headline. Is that what you want?
This
For
woman
us
is
to
very
hurt our
manipulative.
chance to help millions of wrongfully imprisoned people get
This
out
was
of
her
jail?
plan all along.
She's looking pretty guilty to me.
And do either of you have any concerns about getting married?
Connor doesn't like Mamma Mia.
How?
We are so happy that you all do gay marriages here.
Might bring up some issues, though. In other places like Ireland and Brazil, they still won't marry gays.
In Ireland, really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
This feels so wrong to you.
Why are you doing this?
Why get married here?
Because I love Oliver.
Then don't be a bitch about it.
I can't wait to marry you both.
Okay, she's cool with it.
She could played me.
Oh, she's figured it out.
She had me take a job that she had no intention of following through on.
Yeah.
Proposal in writing?
She hadn't announced it to the public yet because she never planned to.
Thank you. Annalise, you're a bit slow on the uptake, but
I
you
know.
did it.
Come on, Annalise. Did you not see this coming?
You can find out what the misconduct was about.
Blackmail him.
blackmail your way back in here? It's fine. Making things up. I know
Oh,
I'm right.
Tegan.
Upset and looking for someone.
Yeah, but why is it for Tegan to do Annalise's dirty work?
You gotta open up an inquest. My pops' case.
Second person asked.
People up before an election, I know. Claim to be on the right side of the law.
Of course I am.
Then do everything to get the truth. They
What
murdered
if
him.
they
Made
stabbed
him look like an animal.
themselves to make it look like he did it?
Everything in your power to do something about it. Otherwise, his blood's on your hands too.
Damn.
No, you're not being very cooperative here. Like,
I mean, Miller is a beta male in power.
I know, he literally is a beta. You're just preying on him at this point.
And Nate is the definition of alpha.
I know, he will literally chew him up. I feel kind of bad for Miller.
I think we need one last night out before the wedding.
We just threw you a bachelor
Yeah,
party.
the best bachelor party ever.
Our mothers were there, and Connor's been generous enough to give Joanna her church ceremony, so I say we shake off the hetero and be super gay for a night. How depressing the world is for one night, so who's with
I'm
me,
here
huh?
for that.
Gays gone wild.
I'm in.
What are you doing here?
Gabriel, what are you doing here?
Excessive force cases?
Yeah, I have a forgiving nature.
And yet I'm still not your +1 to the wedding, unless my invitation got lost in the mail.
Our parents filled up the guest list.
And there's no way I'm letting someone with those cheekbones steal all the chickadees on me back on at the wedding.
We have to tell
Laurel,
Not yet.
you're being so obvious now.
I know, like,
as soon as I shut him
can't believe Frank
he
actually
went after
told her, to
Kayla.
be
She
honest.
thinks he's a good guy.
Gabriel is Annalise's worst nightmare.
What?
You understand?
Bad things happen when we don't include Annalise. Do we need to go through the history?
Bad things happen when we involve her too, though.
The corrections officer's bad character.
Their employment record is squeaky clean.
Right, but what about their personal lives? Statistics show that correction officers commit domestic abuse at least twice the national average.
Find something. Make me a believer.
Yeah, they might not be squeaky clean when you dig a little deeper.
Paula Gladden beats her husband. He never reported it to the police, but he had multiple trips to the ER for beatings that medical records list as domestic disputes.
The inmate was getting increasingly agitated, so I approached to calm him. That's when he jammed the pencil into my leg and reached for my gun. He would have gotten it too if C.O. Wagner hadn't followed protocol and saved my life.
There's a violent streak come with the job.
Sorry?
Have you ever been abusive to your husband?
No. What are you talking about?
Jeez.
Where'd you obtain this evidence, Mr. Miller?
An anonymous messenger sent these to my office this morning.
I had nothing to do with his injuries.
Your Honor, this speaks directly to the credibility of one of the only people who claimed that Mr. Leahy was violent that night.
Only if you have proof Mrs. Gladden was responsible for her husband's injuries.
Put me in the stand.
I like how she's literally telling him exactly what to do.
I know. They're literally supposed to be arch enemies.
Due to the negative press around Mr. Leahy's death and reports that the inquest is going as poorly as I feared,
We've had to pull the
we won't be able to
plan.
move forward with the Fair Defense Project.
Oh,
Are you serious?
surprise, surprise.
This is as painful for me as it is for you.
No, it doesn't look too painful to you, love.
Do whatever we can to support
I can't wait to take you down.
Okay, this meeting is over.
I can go on live TV right now and say that your boss ordered a kill on my client.
You are deeply mistaken, Annalise.
And you're basic.
Did she just call her a basic bitch?
We do thorough background checks on anyone coming to work for us.
What's
Like
this
I have
now?
anything else to hide.
That's what
Suspected
I thought,
of
but
killing
then we
Sam.
uncovered your adoption paperwork.
Adoption.
What?
Try it. Pick this fight. His name is Nathaniel Leahy, and I'll take 1,000 bullets and make you pay for what you did to him.
As she should.
Oh, shit.
You're worried I'm pissed at you. So you listen to me about Julie. So what? I'm over it.
It's been a month and you haven't
I'm worried
spoken
you're
to her.
drinking again.
Please don't find something.
I tell you if I was drinking again, Bonnie.
How much she said?
No!
That's a lot of vodka.
Why didn't you recycle them?
Georgia! Oh,
Are they
you
full?
They look full though. Bring Isaac back.
The governor knows about the adoption.
We don't though.
And how did the governor get that information?
Oh, what?
One more won't hurt.
Yes, it will, Bonnie. Stop.
You're an advocate for like her not drinking and now you're offering her a glass. Oh.
Oh, what is this adoption thing now?
Can you imagine if Laurel and Frank are just looking in on the CCTV at him looking at Michaela's Insta? yeah, Frank is there. Look.
You there?
She's asleep. I just put her to bed.
Passed
Hell,
out.
is she okay?
She's drinking again.
Yeah, he's not gonna tell her now, is he? I wouldn't answer that if
Neither
it were
would
me.
I.
All night trying to think of a way to ensure we win this.
So I'm asking for
So
help.
how about we go with your idea and put you on the stand?
You sure?
100%.
Go on, Bonnie.
Let's win this. You believe they're trying to cover up some sort of misconduct?
No, I don't believe it. I know it. Not once did Mr. Leahy act violently in my presence. My notes of my visits with him will prove this. You can read them yourselves.
Do not address the jury, Miss Keating.
To believe that he suddenly picked a fight with guards on the last night that he knew he'd ever have to see them. How does that
No,
make
it
sense?
doesn't make sense.
Well, he was a violent criminal in his past. Who's to say he couldn't
They're
be violent
claiming
again?
he was
violent
insane.
only one time in his life, and that was during a severe mental health episode. Scottsboro Boys, Central Park 5.
Miss Keating!
Not
These
listen to
false
this job.
accusations all
They
started
don't
with the
fail.
same lie. It's a stereotype sown so deep in the fabric of this country that they just know that you're gonna ignore huge plot holes in their cover-up, or that an elderly man could physically overpower two 30-something guards.
Yeah,
when there's only
what?
one
No,
true story here.
71.
Miss Keating! You are dismissed from the stand. The jury will hear no further testimony from you.
I think it was worth it, to be honest.
I like him for you.
What?
Miller.
Oh.
I know
I was like,
Nate.
what?
he was this big, mopey beard face when you're out sick, and it's kind of adorable.
We, the jury, find no evidence of criminal acts or negligence by anyone involved.
Oh.
Cool.
This inquest
Come
is closed.
on.
Jury discharged.
This is a lost case on Annalise's record. She doesn't have many.
This is why I don't really know why normal people get selected for juries.
He deserves so much better. I know that's not enough, especially with how you've always protected us from God knows what. But if there's anything I can do, please tell me.
I feel like Nate's barely said anything this episode.
He's overcome with grief.
Our boss's misconduct is a lot more messy than we thought.
Oh.
You don't want to know what changed my mind?
I figured you just liked me.
I can't wake up to any more headlines about innocent, unarmed black men getting shot. And our governor needs to be the first one we burn at the stake. But so you know, you're
Amen
gonna
to
owe me
that.
someday.
I'm good for it.
It's crazy how To Get Away with Murder did this before the whole Black Lives Matter movement in 2020. They were addressing this stuff before.
We are going to work for Annalise at the governor's office.
No, you're not.
No,
Okay,
you
that's
don't.
not the can-do attitude we need right now.
Mueller said that the governor pulled the plug on the program. Didn't AK tell you?
Oh my
Now
god.
can we die?
Ah!
Pick up your damn shot glasses.
And let's get
Right
gay. Come on, guys.
Nate
Yes, in
Senior,
the spirit of
and
things.
the hope that someday we will live in a world that isn't always so terrible all the time.
Don't know about that one.
Now that we're getting closer to the end of the show, I really don't know how it's gonna end.
No, I don't.
I'm a good guy, Annalise, but not so good that there's any chance in hell I'm hiring you back.
I know about your misconduct.
So what? This is blackmail?
It was going to be.
Get out of here.
I can fix this for you.
Oh, she's
You're
gonna.
not the one to blame for what happened. It was her. A woman you said you loved who betrayed you, and I know how that feels. I'll do whatever I can to fix this for you.
Didn't know that.
How?
I'll figure it out. I can fight this for you.
Is he gonna take her back? She literally, like, shouted at him and said no. And now she's coming back.
I will marry you in a church 1,000,000 times, as long as I get to be with you.
You should write that down. That'd be good for the vows.
Yeah, right, for the vows.
Oh wait, oh my god, I was thinking something bad's gonna happen and I just remembered that Connor has stitches at his wedding.
Faggots.
Hey, what did you say?
They just ignore him.
Hey, douchebag, why didn't you say that to our face?
Oh no.
Oh
my god!
God. Oh my god.
Oh jeez. Oh my god. Ugh.
I don't like it. Ew.
Stop, please!
I'm gonna drag him off. Oh.
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
You said gays gone wild, right?
Yep.
I know. It's so
you
bad. Oh.
It's not your fault the world's so awful right now. It's his.
I know, he literally said earlier,
His
like, can we just pretend
free
like the
song
world
on the
isn't
street
awful
like
for a
that.
day?
Being
And this
himself,
happens.
happy, and we would have smiled and kept on walking. He's
Yeah,
just
you
lucky my
get a
big
nice
muscles were
pack
there
on
to
that.
stop you from killing him.
Not making me laugh.
I'm sorry.
Believe me.
What?
Excuse me?
It's just one more
What's he
minute.
doing?
You're gonna be mortified you said this in the morning.
Oh, she's gonna hook up with Gabriel, isn't she?
I hope not.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
I
God.
just put a very
And Frank's gonna
odd-
watch.
we do look good together. You know where else we look good together? On the dance floor.
Why do you want to go to this wedding so much?
Yeah.
Everyone likes a good party.
I don't
I
even
know,
know
he's
you.
desperate to go.
Are you hitting me?
Oh.
Oh my god, the walls are so thin.
Yeah.
You intimidate me.
Abstinent.
I don't know what that means.
Oh God. It means nothing.
Oh. Okay then.
Oh, okay, what? No, and Asher's watching and Frank's watching. Oh,
I begged. It's the only
Blackmail?
way to keep fighting.
Yep.
Governor can't get away with
Enough, Annalise.
I know, I feel like he's had enough.
It's
I don't
my
blame
fault
him.
he's dead, Nate.
Why is she holding that burden?
I know it's her, Nate.
He doesn't want her to be next though.
No.
Me and you're not fighting this alone.
Oh.
Oh, go on.
We're gonna make her suffer.
She shows up to the wedding and gets bodied.
Yeah, literally they're watching.
It's
It's
just
so
like I said, so you
gross.
need to tell Annalise who he is already.
Tell her what?
Who is he? What does he know? What do they know?
Bonnie, tell us. Ew. What is this
Everyone's
gross mean?
watching. Are we gonna see who it is?
Doubt it. It's a
definitely
man.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a man.
Listen to me, real close.
There's someone
Take
else
his car
there.
and him and drive away.
Who are you talking to?
We can figure out the rest later. Just trust me.
Oh, that was a weird one.
That was really weird. We got a first person.
We don't even know
there.
who she's talking to.
My first instinct when I saw that was Laurel, because obviously her baby's there. And she
But
said,
we've already seen from Laurel that she's relieved to find Christopher in the bathroom when Bonnie is washing the blood off her leg.
Oh yeah. Oh god, now
I think it might be Annalise because all we've seen of Annalise. Oh, okay, no, we have seen her a few times, but one of the times we've seen Annalise was breaking down at the end of the night, and it also looked like there were long eyelashes during the blinks. Although that could be any girl if they're wearing
I think
eyelashes.
do you know what, you could be onto it when you say Annalise. It must be.
I still
'Cause I
don't know
can't
who's
think of
gonna
anything
die
else.
though.
It's, well, they were wearing a suit.
Yeah.
They're definitely a man. What, do you remember the men we've narrowed it down to?
Nate, Gabriel, and Oliver. And then any other man that may end up going.
See, I don't see any reason why Bonnie would smother Oliver on his own wedding day. Like, why would she do that?
Yeah.
This
Nate.
is why I'm leaning towards it being just someone random or like a side character. Like,
Yeah.
like Bonnie wouldn't do that to Nate or Oliver.
Gabriel's, because out of the main options, Oliver, it's his freaking wedding day, and I don't know why Bonnie would kill him.
No, it
Nate,
doesn't. No, surely
Bonnie's
not.
not really speaking to Nate at the moment, but I don't think she would kill him after what he's going through. And then Gabriel, I feel like that's who they're spelling it out to be, so it probably won't be him, because we've just had Bonnie going, who is he? And then she'll find out who he is, and then it just seems too obvious to be him. Same as him being her son, I just don't feel it.
When you said that, I suddenly had a thought, maybe Bonnie's talking to Oliver. Maybe that's who's standing there and who she's talking to, because in the previous flash forwards, Connor's like, where's Oliver? Where's Oliver? We've got to make toast, gotta make toast. No, it, like, that's the thing. He's like, where's my husband? He's not here.
And what I'm also very confused at about this death is because it seems like there's two separate incidents. Because when we first saw this person, they were waddling along, bleeding out, and then they collapsed on the floor, and then Bonnie ends them with the smothering. So something happens to this person beforehand with another person, I'm assuming.
Bonnie's character fascinates me because she can throw 180s left, right and centre. Like, she can be, you know, a very emotional, vulnerable woman one minute, then a badass the next, and then a murderer the next.
She is
like,
so multifaceted, honestly.
Like, she plays a lot of characters.
And it's so funny because at the start in season 1, like, I remember all the time you I know actually you used to refer to her as wallpaper, and I loved that.
Wait, oh yeah, because she was always around. She was everywhere. She was in the wallpaper.
I'm pretty sure we also used to think she was such a doormat because she would be walked all over all the time.
It appeared like that, and I think a lot of the time she was a bit of a doormat in season 1, but she's evolved.
We don't realise, because it's taken us so long to get through the show, but we don't realise how far they actually have come, some of them. Like Bonnie, used to see her as so weak, and now I feel like she's one of the strongest people after knowing everything that she's been through and how much she's had to endure.
I have to say, she's one of the strongest by far. Every time they bring up her childhood, it makes me want to cry, because I hope to God that no one ever goes through what she went through. Like, it's a horrible, horrible life she's lived. And only now, later in life, is she getting the pieces back together. It's horrible. And she's killed 2 people at this point. So I don't know. I'm really wondering why this person has to die. Who has to die?
I don't know, and it doesn't feel real that it's next episode that's gonna be the one.
No,
because
why?
That guy talking to Connor and Oliver, I am so satisfied that Connor punched him. Don't condone violence, but sometimes it's deserved.
Honestly, that was so horrible to watch. Like, any sort of violence, like, is really triggering to me.
Yeah.
And having it against them when, it's just so sad. Like, Oliver was literally preaching at the table earlier, like, let's just forget about all the shit in this world for like one night. Then they get like attacked, and so horrible.
Thing is,
like,
if that guy had to use the slur, if he just said get a room, it wouldn't be that bad, because, you know, sometimes I think that when I see people kissing on the street, no matter what gender they are. The fact that he had to use the slur, and they highlighted like that homophobia is still rife in this world, which it most definitely still is. Right before their wedding day, like, they're about to get legally married. Connor was already having like mixed feelings about getting married in a church because of there's still people that aren't accepting, and that was like case in point right there. But I also think he was so dicey about getting married in the church, but the person that's going to be officiating their wedding seemed very supportive, and obviously their guests will be supportive because they're inviting their loved ones, so it should be a good day up until you know what happens.
Yeah, I'm really scared for their wedding. I'm excited for it, obviously, like the actual marriage part, but the after party I'm so scared about because we know what's gonna happen.
And I think Gabriel will have secured his +1 now.
Yeah, he's literally been harping on about this. He's known them like not long at all, and he's been like, he's literally like sleeping with Michaela to get a spot on the list.
Really?
Like, it's really annoying me when Frank and Laurel are saying, we gotta tell Annalise. Tell her what? Like, they're not telling us.
And
it's
we
so
literally
annoying.
had no mention of Bonnie's baby this ep too. Next episode, I think we'll 100% find out who dies. I just remembered that like the mid-season finales are always 2 parts. Like you see first bit and then the aftermath is always just as good. So I think we'll find out who dies and like what leads up to their death, obviously. But the Gabriel stuff, I feel like all that's going to be saved for the finale. I don't think that's coming out just yet.
I'm thinking the same thing, either that and Bonnie's case as well.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be left to the very end and we're going to see all the wedding stuff like next ep. I don't think I could handle it all in one ep anyway, so...
True. I feel like that would be jamming so much stuff in.
I know, I feel like I wouldn't be able to like appreciate each thing at once.
Yeah.
Like,
we'd just be like,
I think I'd just have like a cardiac right here in this chair.
So therefore, Gabriel can't be dying because there's still so much more to know about him.
Well, the thing is, he still could, but I guess it's looking a little more unlikely.
Annalise has got a job back at Kaplan Gold. Great. She's teaming up with Nate. I'm excited, but none of that is going to be involved next episode, I'm assuming. So
I know. I'm excited for that too.
So, okay. Prediction for who is going to die.
I'm almost positive I don't think it's Oliver. And it's a man. I also don't think it's Oliver. I think the person Bonnie was talking to was Oliver. Who dies? I really think it's a side character. I can't imagine them killing off any main. I don't think it's Nate. I don't think it's Asher.
The person that keeps coming
who
to my
else?
mind for some really weird reason is Emmett. And I don't know why he's popping in my mind so
But
much.
why would that be so like shock? Like, I guess it would be kind of shocking, but like
it would be a bit
like
underwhelming.
anticlimactic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I to be honest, I wouldn't care if he dies. Sorry, Emmett, but like you know, can you imagine if it's like the governor
Wearing a man suit.
and much taller by the look of that body?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, it would be a.
Jorge comes back.
Fucking Jorge.
Breaks out of jail.
Breaks out of jail just so Bonnie can smother him. No, I'd rather Laurel smother him.
I feel like it's going to be someone from the past coming back. I don't know.
Mate, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's someone from the past or a side character that doesn't hardly gets mentioned or some shit. Like, it can't be a main. There's no one left. I can't really give a prediction either. My only prediction is Oliver's the one that witnessed it, and it's a side character that dies. That's all I got.
Other stuff I'm really into. If it's not Oliver that dies, where is
Adoption.
he? Yeah.
Is
that
it to do with
too.
that? I don't know.
I want to know about that, although I don't think that'll be mentioned next episode either. I want to know who Gabriel is. I want to know about Bonnie's baby. I want to know what about this adoption shite. I want to know who the one is in Frank's phone. I want to know who Gabriel's mum is. I want to know who dies. I want to know why Bonnie kills them. I want to know why they're bloody. And I want to know why Christopher is there. There's so much we need to know.
There's so many questions we need answering, and it's so frustrating because in this show they drag it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying at times, but it does also make it really good to watch.
Yeah. And next episode, I think we're only going to get the answers to about 2 of those. And I want to know the most why Christopher is there.
Why is a baby literally in the snow, literally witnessing a murder? Like, that's traumatic stuff. Like, that. Laurel, where are you? Like, you know, you should know where your baby is.
Yeah. And we haven't seen Frank too much either.
Wasn't he, like, in a car or something when we saw him last?
He told Annalise that something's happened, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you, Frank." And that's it, I want to say. like we saw
Frank's
him
always involved in whatever it's
yeah,
gonna be.
so okay, I reckon he probably is the one that causes all the blood loss on this person, and then Bonnie comes in with the smothering.
Well, it must be a time jump next episode.
And there's a time jump in this one too. That was shocking.
Yeah, I think they've got to do another time jump to make this make sense. Like, why would they all get shit-faced the night before their wedding? Like, they want to be somewhat coherent. Like, you know, like, it doesn't make sense, so it must be.
Well, that is a thing that I really don't see the point in. You know, like stag do's and hen do's, they often have them the night before their wedding, and I think, why?
I don't think it happens so much nowadays.
I feel like it was an old school tradition.
Yeah, I don't think they do that so much anymore.
Yeah.
Because who wants to feel hungover on their wedding day?
Exactly. Going out until like 4 a.m. and then coming back and getting married at 10. It absolutely made no sense to me.
I don't think it's reached the 9 mark. I think it's going to be another 8.5. They've all sort of felt on the same level the past 3 episodes. They've all sort of felt like in different ways, but they've all felt like the same sort of shock factor for me. I'm infuriated with Nate Senior's verdict, with it just being tossed aside. And everything.
Don't get me started.
It just infuriates me how it's such a blatant cover-up and the jury is stupid. And yeah, this episode, I think it was a good one, and I think it all went together nicely.
I agree with an 8.5 too. It's not near episode 5 for me still. The trial, oh god, it's so weird to think of the turn of events. We had his trial, we had him dying, and now we've got his like after death trial. It's just what a terrible string of episodes, really.
I know, it's been a hard watch.
And I mean, I said terrible, they've all been very good episodes, but it's just so terrible what happened to him.
Yeah.
Annalise's conversation with the governor, when she was just like, I can't wait to take you down out of nowhere.
I know! It was so evil. Like, the thing is, though, I'd be so embarrassed, like, knowing that you've been played, going back to Captain in Gold and begging. Like, it must have been so embarrassing.
She's got the motivation.
She's very motivated, but she's also a very proud woman, and I feel like that was a tough pill to swallow when she realised that she was played.
I'm glad she noticed quite soon, though. I thought they were going to drag out, like, her being the one. I'm guessing that's low-key confirmed that it was her, because if Annalise theorizes it, then that means it's right.
I mean, she didn't. The governor didn't really deny it all that much.
Yeah.
She just sort of sat back and was like.
Her face didn't even change when she was accused of that. It just stayed the exact same throughout the whole convo. Her
freaking like assistant page was fighting more for her. Like, that bitch was annoying. She was like, "I'm gonna call security." like that's gonna phase Annalise.
Yeah, it literally didn't.
No, she literally was being blatantly disrespectful to the judge this episode, which is really bad. That could put you in jail, like, doing that. She has balls.
And also her drinking, forgot to mention that. I'm not happy. I thought it was going to be a big moment, like when she eventually relapsed, because I thought it would happen at some point. I thought they'd make a big moment out of it, but she's been doing it and we didn't even know. And then like that was the reveal that she'd got those bottles in the bin. I'm worried about her job, because they said if she starts drinking again, she'd lose it instantly. She'd get her license revoked. So if the bar finds out about that, she is absolutely stuffed.
I know.
So yeah,
she's
Bonnie needs to
screwed.
stop enabling. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching our reaction to season 5 episode 7 of How to Get Away with Murder. If you want to watch our uncut reactions to How to Get Away with Murder, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for episode 8. Bye.